how to endure when you're broke and have no money, how to overcome the struggles of being broke. Hey guys, so I'm making this video in response to Kefla Blue. In my last video about greed, Blue told me some things to consider when it comes to needing money and why it sucks to not have it. I know what it's like to be broke, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what it was like for me and how I endured through it. So let's rewind time back and start off when I was in high school. During this time, my father was giving my mother even more issues when it came to child support. Due to this, I had to work multiple jobs. The first job I worked at was at Cinema 6 during the summers. I was underage by 1 year, but they still allowed me to work. I was a cashier/usher, but since it was my first job, I was excited to do something I'd never done before, which is to actually work somewhere. To me, this just seemed like a new experience that would be very interesting. My work hours were from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. most of the time. Though it was not always this rigorous. I was able to work those double shifts because my mom asked the boss to let me stay longer hours. And indeed, it was very tiring. Whenever I think about how much money I made during that job, I honestly do not know. The reason for that being is because of my first check. When I received my first check, I knew I worked very hard for it, and I made over $500 on a bi-weekly paycheck that was only minimum wage salary. I didn't get to keep any of the money. After that, I realized the best thing for me to do with my future checks was to not even know or look at how much I was making, and I decided to just hand the sealed envelope over to my mom so I wouldn't feel angry about this whole predicament. When the next year came around, I ended up having to work during school, over the weekends, and during the summer. I left Cinema 6 and got a job at Cinemark and Cold Stone Creamery. As time progressed, the toll of work had started to get to me. It was very tedious dealing with these jobs, school issues, and many other problems. I was in pre-AP and AP classes, going through bogus situations that only made things worse. Home is its own story, while problems in general piled up on this plate served by misfortune. During that time, I did not really focus on Christianity like I do now, but I did technically read the Bible every night, prayed, and did my best to apply it in many ways. Still, the struggles of life hit hard. And when you do not know everything you need to know to react to life conditions, you just end up taking those hits full force and not having a clue if you will fall or continue on. While I worked at Cinemark, it was always fun finding money on the floor after cleaning up each theater. One time there was a random $20 bill in the middle of the floor by the concession stand that no one seemed to have noticed and was there for a while. So I casually made my way to the money, swept it up, went to the cleaning closet, and had a whole $20 tip that day. Ironically enough though, I gave my mom the tips, so to speak, as well. After I would get done working at Cinemark, I would have to go work at Cold Stone or vice versa. During my last year of school, I decided to work at Little Caesars in Cold Stone. I didn't want to be an usher anymore. To keep myself at peace, I tried to stay thankful by flipping the idea of working. I told myself that there are some people out there that wish they could get a job, so this is a blessing. I am eligible to work. By the time my graduation came around, my mom told me I still had to work that day too. So, literally, after I graduated, she drove me straight to work. Realize, in all this I didn't have a car yet, so whenever I worked, it was either her or my sister who had to drive me. Once I got to work, I ended up wearing my cap and honor bars as I served ice cream because that was my way of saying, this sucks. While I was serving ice cream, something cool did happen though. People recognized me from the graduation. They saw me walk across the stage. That day I ended up getting really big tips. And this may not sound like much, but for a person getting tips at Cold Stone, this is a lot. I raked in $40+, so that was good. And now a little FYI tip. If any of you guys have to work on your graduation day, be sure to wear your cap and honor bars. You will probably get a tip. When me and my family figured out the college I was going to go to, luckily my mom told me that I did not have to work during school and just focus on my studies. At the end of the day, guys, you need to realize something very important, which is also another small part of my overall testimony. I was not sure how I made it through those years. And in my mind, I really was not focused on God too seriously, like I should have been. But the truth is, God was the one who helped me through it all, even if I did not realize it yet. Think about it. A lot of the teachings that I've learned from the Bible was already in me, which in turn helped me through my struggles since I was even introduced it at a young age. It's like when we learn something in school. Those experiences are deep in you that come out later in life, which will help you succeed without you fully realizing it all the time. Trust me when I say it was difficult. But even though it was hard and I didn't focus on God, I still had Him in my life, unknowingly keeping me strong throughout the struggles. He allowed that era of my life to happen so I can learn many lessons from it that I would not have ever known if I did not go through it. People always ask, why does God let bad things happen to me, etc.? There are many reasons why He allows the things He does. But one of those reasons is so you can learn, become better, and be a living testimony for how you overcame your issues through life. When it came to financing college, the Lord blessed me to have all 4 years paid for at a prestigious university. I graduated with no debts in a society full of students who come out of college with $50,000 in debt or more. I actually came out of school with money that I earned and was blessed from the Lord with. During my struggles in high school, I realized I never actually cursed God for the situations I went through, but endured it and did my best to stay positive. All in all, the best way for you to endure your problems in life is to continue to believe that whatever it is you're going through, God will make you stronger out of it and will bless you when you are truly ready to receive those blessings.